श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमम् प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात् श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमं प्रवक्ष्यामनसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्. So, here in the introduction, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Phala, here the phalam that is going to be gained by the yogi is kalantaram brahma prapti lakshanam eva anavritti rupam nirdishtam. Anavritti, no returning. Avritti, avritti means to return, to repeat, to come back. Anavritti rupam phalam. There is no coming back. That is what is called moksha, release. When a person is in the jail, the jailer, what does he say? Don't come back. You are released, not released. You are not released. That is the reason why when you go to a hospital, when you are getting cured and when you come out, they don't say, come back again. Do they? Do they? Or they put a welcome there. See you again. Do they say that? Or in a what's called mortuary, they say that. See you again. No. Why? Anavritti. Don't come back. So we should also understand there is a way of anavritti, not coming back. But many of the people who say, so, do you want next birth or not? Many people say, Swamiji, I want to come back. I have not done so many things this life, I have to come back and do many things. Do you want to come back? That means you are all Vedantis. Many of them, they say, yeah, I want to come back. So anavritti means no coming back. That requires vairagya, right? If I do not want to repeat the same thing again and again, that means I am done with it. Unless we get the vairagya, we will not say, enough. I don't want to do it again anymore. So the yogi tat sarvam viditva sthanam upaidi. That he goes to that anavritti sthanam, mokshakyam, brahma prapti lakshanam, of the nature of obtaining infinity. Infinity in the sense that completeness, not the infinity like Maya. That completeness he obtains. So, therefore, moksha prapti phalam adhigamyate na anyata iti. So that is of the nature of complete release. That is what is being taken up by the Lord to explain. So what does he say? So in Vedanta, when we study, 4 important things we always keep in mind. When you take any text to start, you have to, according to the traditional interpretation, in the first few verses or in the first verse itself, you should talk about 4 important aspects. It applicable to any lecture or any talk anybody gives also. What are the 4? First one is, who is qualified to listen to this? You cannot talk a subject to a set of people, group of people, who are totally novice. Then you have to start all over and introduce the subject. Or those who are not interested. I cannot go to kindergarten class and talk about the concept of Maya in the Advaita Vedanta. There will be audience. But children will look at me with great amount of sympathy. What is he talking? If you tell them some story of Ramayana or Bhagavatam, that will be relevant to that children. But if you go to that class and talk about the concept of Maya, what do they understand? So who is the adhikari? Who is the person who is having adhikara to listen to that knowledge? Who is the person who has the qualification to listen to this? Second is, what is the subject? Vishaya. What is that you are going to talk about? So when you are talking to an audience or a group of people or in a meeting also, who are the people who are in front of me? Very often when I am asked to give a public lecture, first thing I ask, who is the audience? Accordingly, I have to prepare my mind to talk to. Do they know Sanskrit or do you know English? They don't know which language. What is their background? What is their qualification? Then only I can bring the point to them. Otherwise, it will be a waste of time, both for me and others. What is the Vishaya? What is the relationship between what I am talking and how it is relevant to them? Sambandha. What I am saying should be beneficial to them. They may be adhikari, they may be having the qualification, but when I am talking, that subject matter should have some usefulness to them. Fourth is, what is the prayojanam? What is the result? As I said, nobody listens to or spend, you are also going to spend 1.5 hours. At the end of it, you should have benefited something out of it. Meaning, what is the end result of this knowledge? So first one is adhikari, who is qualified. Second is subject matter, and how the subject matter connects to the person who listens to or the student. And fourth one is, what is the phalam, result? Now, Bhagavan is such an expert. In the one verse, he put all the four. That's what you should say. When you study deeply, you will understand how he talks about. First qualification, he says, anasuya. Hey, anasuyave, to you who does not make fun of what I am talking. Asuya means finding fault. Asuyaha. Anasuyaha means one who does not find fault. Our mind is usually very judgmental, right? When we see someone or when we hear someone, what is wrong with this person? That's what we think first. What is right with the person is out. We always think about what is that which I can find fault with this person. What is he doing wrong? But you, the one who is right in front of me as my listener or student, one who really regard and have reverence to what I'm saying. You are not looking at it cynically. You are not here to criticize or you are not here to find fault. Therefore, anasuyave, first qualification. Meaning what? Inherently you have faith in what I'm going to say. Whom do you not find fault with? The one whom you revere or respect, whom you have love, from whom you want to listen and learn, then you won't find fault. When your children are small, young, they say, my mom is the greatest mom and my dad is the greatest dad in the world, etc. Afterwards, when he become a teenager, you don't know anything. Generation gap. They wear a cap which says gap also. There's a big gap between me and you. Do you know, you're old. Nowadays, a new term has come in India, I think, boomer. Right? Boomer means you are outdated, obsolete. No relevance to me. So, Then you won't listen. You tell your children, I've told you 108 times. No, 110 times. I've been listening, but nothing happens. It just goes like this. Or sometimes it is closed. No, they won't listen. You ask them, hey, yesterday you came late after 10 o'clock. Where did you go? What happened? Why late? Cause. That's all. You keep going behind him. Cause what? Because of what? Because of what? That's all. Cause only. That's only. That's all. Are you hungry? What does it mean? I don't know. Who will know? Your hunger, I won't know. Do you want to eat? I don't care. What is that answer? So you see, at some point of time, suddenly there is a gap between you and that person. So then they won't regard. They won't have respect to it. So here, anasuyave idam, what is subject matter? Guhyatamam jnanam. That is the vishaya. The most secret knowledge, and not only that knowledge, vijnana sahitam. Gurudev writes there in his commentary, jnanam vijnana sahitam means theory and practice. Not only I am going to talk about that, but how to practice this. Because theory without the practice, it's just merely a philosophical concept. If you cannot put into practice, then what is the use of it, just listening to it and just keeping in your head when you don't know how to use it? So, vijnana sahitam, along with the technology of how to use that. Many of what we use today as technology were theoretically available long time back. In Second World War itself, they have the emails. Military was using it. But when did we get to know about it? Maybe 20, 30, 25 years back, maybe. It was there much before. It did not become a common man's practice. Mobile technology was there before also. So in the same way, theory and that possibility is always there, but when it comes to practice, then only it becomes most beneficial to others. Jnanam vijnana sahitam. Now, te guhyatamam pravakshami. I will talk to you. Why? Because at this point of time, I am trying to tell you something which is most relevant to you, because you ask this question, what is Shreyas for me? You teach me. From the beginning. Tell me only those things. Eshreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme. Whatever is beneficial to me, only you speak. There are so many things you can say. But what is relevant to me, only you should give me. Otherwise, see, Arjuna was also not a commoner. He was also a student. He studied Vedas. He knows what it is. But Upanishad, probably he was not introduced to, or he had not taken interest. That's why the essence of Upanishads is given in Gita. And he had put right words when he spoke about what he wanted. Eshreyah. What is most useful to me? Take me to the next level. That you tell me. So therefore, you not only is a person who is anasuya, and the knowledge that I am going to give is along with the practice, vishaya, and it is relevant to you. In other words, relevant to all those who are studying, not only Arjuna. If only we are anasuyas. Swamiji, my name is Anasuya. Doesn't matter. But do you have the anasuyatva? Not finding fault in, people? Then you are. The last one is prayojanam. What is the end result of this knowledge? Yajñatva, knowing which, ashubhat mokshase. You become free from all inauspiciousness. And the greatest inauspiciousness is death. The death of the body, forcing the soul to take up the next one. So, yajñatva, yad jnanam jnatva, yad guhyatamam jnanam jnatva. That secret knowledge having listened to which you become free from inauspiciousness. Here, inauspiciousness not necessarily death. With all the changes that are taking place, samsarat vimokshase. Because anything that is changing, causing trouble to your head is ashubha only. Shubham bhuyat, when we say. Shubha akankshakalu. During the Yugadi and Shubha akang, meaning may your hopes be very auspiciously complete. So here Ashubhat mokshase. From the changes which are unacceptable, the changes that are taking place in our life which are unbearable, unpleasant, uninvited, unwelcome. But the point is that you cannot escape it. It will come. But you will become free of that. Not that they won't happen. You will be free of that. Ashubhat mokshase. So, adhikari anasuyaha. Vishayaha guhyatamam jnanam vijnana sahitam. And sambandha means shreya prapti karanam. And prayojanam is moksha. Release, freedom from all inauspiciousness. So therefore, I am going to speak about that. Ashubhat samsara ghatanat. So that is what it is said. Now, Bhagavan immediately starts, because Vakshyami I am going to tell you. What? Raj. What is that? Guhyatamam jnanam. So he is introducing the word Raja here only.